Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. Still fighting this Nomad here. So first thing I tried was hooking up to these test points first instead of coming off with a connector here. And the image was just way too dark, so I figured, oh, maybe I'll throw some 75 ohm resistors in line with it, because that's the output impedance of these things, and it just doesn't work. The screen was super duper dark. It went from dark to unbelievably dark. So what I'm trying now, I'm going back to the beginning, except I'm going to try some thicker gauge wire. I have a feeling it's something to do, well, it's a couple interactions going on here. One of them is this board here actually has some amplifiers built into it, so that's an issue there. And then the other issue I'm running into is the interaction between this board and this board. This board's actually expecting the 75 ohm output impedance already, which is there, because if you measure from this test point to this test point, yeah, you're reading 50 to 70 ohms. Not a lot, but it's there. So I could probably spot the resistors on the other side of the board here. Yeah, they're right there for the output impedance. So I'm going to go back to, I'm going to cut some fresh wire, thicker wire for this, and go with that. See if that helps a bit, and also trying to find my, ow, just stabbed myself there. Trying to find my X-Acto knife. That would be nice. Where the hell's my X-Acto knife? That's a great question. So I'm going to try, before I hook it back up, maybe I should try hooking it back up to the external screen. Right now the internal screen is not hooked up to anything. I still need to get that buck converter in there, so I got a bit of work to do here. So this is just a quick update. I'm going to cut some wire in a minute, re-hook up this screen, and if I can figure out more, I'll do some more video a little bit later. But for now, I gotta do some, there's my X-Acto right there, some boring wire cutting and reconnect some wires and play around with some routing. I think I want to make some of those wires a bit shorter too, just to see if that helps. I have a feeling I'm getting some sort of weird back reflection. Now I did see one thing interesting in the technical notes that were sent to me, and that was the sync signal should not be over 2 volts. And I measured it on the this pin here, which is the pin going into the board, and it's a 5 volt being pulled down the ground. So what I can play with, if this still causes me issues, I can put a very small potentiometer in there and adjust that down to cut down on that signal height. But that's only if it doesn't work out. So red, green, blue. Oh, don't I have a blue? Oh, there's blue. Blue, red, green. And let's go with orange this time for the color sync. Yeah. Yellow usually used for composite. What gauge is this? This is 28. This is pretty thick actually. Bought myself a new wire stripper. Mine are just getting dull, so they're not the easiest things to sharpen. Don't need yellow. Let's go with red. And the blue. So yeah, I wonder if I'm getting some back reflections or something. I'm just really glad I take notes as I'm doing this stuff. Here's the colors. Don't need yellow, get out of the way. And we're gonna go with, this is the green. So I actually wrote down before which pins are which on this connector right here. So sync is coming up on 5. tin these real quick. Still running okay off the external supply. Just was messing around. But I'm wondering if it's something to do with that sink line more than anything else. I just don't know. This is sink. It comes in this. It's coming in this way. It's the middle wire there. Where's my wire? That's that wire there. Can't get too close because there's a pad, joypad button there, a controller button I should say. 2 over is the red. Tin that up. I'll try to keep these lines real short this time. Red. Tinned. That's my old pair. It's all beaten to hell. Red will come out the bottom like this. You know, I tried to come off of the test pins right off the feed-through connector. The signal, I mean, the image quality was just so, I mean, it was sharp, but so dark you couldn't even see it. So, top is the green and blue. Green. Let's see what's going on here. Here's your green. So I'm going with a quite a bit thicker gauge of wire this time. I know on other systems I've worked on, including Atari and Coleco, you really have to be careful about that sync line, that color sync line. You gotta keep it isolated or weird things can happen. So I think that might be part of what I'm fighting here. Same symptom, different system. Green. That's pretty good. And right next to it is the blue. These are big honking wires here. Man, it is snowing like crazy out there. I can't believe they're getting snow down in down like Houston. Oh my goodness. I'm sure they don't even have snow plows down there. I'm up in Chicago, but we're still expecting 12 inches today, and we already have about 20 on the ground. It's getting pretty damn deep. We've run out of places to throw the snow. I mean, luckily we got snow plows and salt, and I mean that's what we're used to, this weather. I just can't fathom how terrifying it must be to be one of those southern states that never really get snow, or it's been decades since they've gotten snow. And they're not going to have any kind of supplies. I don't even think they're going to have furnaces there. They can't keep up with this kind of cold. Like this house, we have what? 80,000 BTU? Maybe more than that? It's a bit. So that's this guy here. So keep these guys nice and short. So when they get fed through, I'm going to flip over. I'm going to come in the other way on this guy. But honestly, it's almost dinner for me. So I gotta cut this short, no pun intended. And that's it for now. I'm going to see how the wife's doing and then solder some more. And hopefully I have an update later. Thanks for watching.